North Korea's state-run media announcing it is carefully examining plans for a missile strike. The country says the strike would create an enveloping fire around the western Pacific island of Guam, where the U.S. is a critical Air Force base. President Trump hitting North Korea with his harshest words yet. Listen.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. He has been very threatening beyond a normal statement. And as I said, they will be met with fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson now reassuring Americans as he travels to Guam.
I think Americans should sleep well at night. I have no concerns about this particular rhetoric of the last few days. I think the president, again, as commander-in-chief, I think he felt it necessary to issue a very strong statement directly to North Korea. But I think what the president was just reaffirming is the United States has the capability to fully defend itself from any attack and defend our allies, and we will do so. And so the American people should sleep well at night.
The president just tweeted on this matter this morning. Here's what he said. My first order as president was to renovate and modernize our nuclear arsenal. It is now far stronger and more powerful than ever before. Hopefully, we will never have to use this power, but there will never be a time that we are not the most powerful nation in the world, says President Trump just a moment ago. This, as Fox News has confirmed, North Korea has successfully miniaturized a nuclear warhead that could fit inside one of its missiles. Joining me right now is Trump for President senior advisor and the daughter-in-law of President Trump, Lara Trump. And Lara, it's good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Great to be here.
Yeah, I've been watching you recently. You've been out a lot more talking about the president. What do you make of these rising tensions this morning?
Well, listen, I think our president has inherited a terrible situation in North Korea. You've seen that the past administration probably was not as strong on them as they could have been. And I think that what you heard from my father-in-law yesterday is exactly the man that people wanted in office. This is a strong leader who's going to take decisive action and wants to make it very clear to North Korea that, listen, we are not playing around here. You guys better get it together. If you step over a line, we are going to take action. And again, I'm not part of the administration, but I think as an American, I do sleep well at night knowing that Donald Trump is our president and he will do what is necessary to protect this country.
Yeah, he certainly came out strong, forceful, and adamant right out of the gate. Now, Lara, a new CBS poll finds a majority of Americans, 72%, say that they are uneasy about a conflict with North Korea. As an insider to this administration, what's your take? You're soon-to-be mother. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you concerned as well?
Well, I think every American should be concerned. The reality is there's not a stable leader of North Korea. We've all seen that this man is, you know, he's very unpredictable. It's a very scary prospect that we could potentially have to deal with him in a very serious way. But what I'll say is that my father-in-law surrounds himself with incredibly smart people, with leaders in military who have dealt with situations like this for years, who really understand the way to deal with a situation like this. And I think he's going to go to them and he's going to say, how should we handle this? And he's a great leader himself and a very smart guy, so I know he'll come up with the best solution here.
Have you seen changes in terms of the president in this last 6 months? You're part of the first family. You are seeing sort of the ins and outs. The rest of us are watching, you know, the speculation of White House intrigue and battles within the staff of the last couple of weeks. How do you see it from an insider's perspective? Is it more stable than we see?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're hearing from the worst of the worst when it comes to the mainstream media that is reporting these things. Listen, his implementation of General Kelly in the White House, I think, is going to be great. We've already seen he's only been there for a little over a week, and I think everybody there feels great about him being there. But the reality is that things are running very smoothly at the White House. There's so much that's been accomplished since my father-in-law took office. Unfortunately, you're right. You don't hear about it all the time because there are other focuses that the majority of the mainstream media likes to focus on. But I think that if you talk to the average American, they will say, I feel better about this country. Not only has Donald Trump brought respect back to this country, but I'm sure people are telling their friends, listen, my 401k is going up. Maybe people have a job that haven't had a job in years, and you see unemployment numbers at an all-time low in 16 years, over 1 million jobs created. Those are real things that matter to the American people, and that's why my father-in-law is in office.
Yeah.